too. All right, so here joining us on the Huddle Hotline for DraftUtopia.com, we have Florida Gulf Coast striker Albert Ruiz. He led the nation in goals and points last year. Welcome, Albert.
Hello, good morning, guys.
Hey, Albert, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good.
Long job. Ready to go play
First question from me. When did you start playing soccer? When was the earliest you started playing soccer?
Well, in Spain, obviously, soccer is the biggest sport. So pretty much I started playing as soon as I was able to walk. So I guess when I was around 1-2 years old, my parents bought me a soccer ball for the first time. And since then, we have been together pretty much.
Very cool. What inspires you on a daily basis to play soccer? I mean, what really gives you that drive to train as hard as you do? I mean, I've seen the photos and I've seen some of the biography. I mean, Albert, I'm really impressed with the way you train. What inspires you so much?
Well, I think I have a really competitive personality. So not only in soccer, but in every activity I do, I get really competitive. And I guess this drive for competition makes me want to be better every day. And I don't know, it's cool to see the process, how you get better, how you work hard, how you struggle, and then everything pays off, you know? So it's a cool process.
Now, Albert, I noticed that you said that you're competitive and that's what you like to do, is you like to be the best. So is it safe to say that by the end of your career that you want to be considered the best in the league and have a couple of championships underneath your belt?
Yeah, I mean, obviously winning is what we always try to accomplish. And this season and my future years and hopefully my whole career, I will be able to get some championships as well.
All right, my second question, Albert, is how did playing in Barcelona prepare you for when you needed to make the move to the States when you enrolled in Florida Gulf Coast?
Well,
Okay, Albert Ruiz, I'm not sure if he had trouble calling in. I'm going to message him on Twitter and find out what's up.
Did we get disconnected?
I think he got disconnected. I'm going to message him and find out. Okay, he's back on the line. But Albert is back with us here. Yep. And Albert Ruiz is back with us, and I was just asking him about how playing in Barcelona, how did that prepare you for moving to the States?
Well, obviously, thousands and thousands of players, and I know it's a really competitive environment, so that kind of makes you tougher, you know, because there's a lot of players that want to make it, and obviously you want to be one of them, and you either get tough or you're not gonna make it. So that really prepares you for the highest level of competition, I believe.
You led the nation with 22 goals, 49 points. What was going through your mindset when you had the fastest hat trick in NCAA history in under 9 minutes?
Well, that game was a little crazy because I actually sat a couple of games with a knee, not injury, but it was bothering me, so I sat for a couple of games. And then I got back, I wasn't 100% yet, and I don't know, I felt we, obviously, I think I'm a good finisher, but obviously I have to be around teammates that know to find me in the right spots, and I just feel like the teammates did a great job to me, and they put me in the right positions, and then I was able to finish. I think I should miss one chance between those three goals. It could be four, but only three. It wasn't too bad.
Okay, talk about your training really quickly because things began to pick up for you after your freshman year. So, what kind of preparation have you done the last 2 seasons at Florida Gulf Coast?
Well, I think in my freshman year it was not that professional. You know, I said, yeah, I want to be in the MLS. I want to do this, but I didn't really do the things that need to be done in order to accomplish that. And after my freshman year, I think it was pretty disappointing because how I play and way I performed during the whole season. And I decided that I was going to start to do all the things that are required in order to make it to the next level. And I think I had a kind of good, like starting to feel better in my sophomore year. I got injured in the first practice. I was able to finish the season pretty strong. And then in my junior year, I stayed healthy the whole season. And I think after 3 years, all the work that I was doing, it paid off. Basically, it's all about repetition, you know, and consistency. Everyone can train hard once or twice a week, but mostly nobody can train hard some days a week, 365 days a year. So I think that's what made the difference for me. The consistency and never stop.
Yep.
Now, Albert, I have a good question for you. After a very hard loss, what do you do to be able to prepare for the next game? And then what do you do to be able to avoid the same mistakes from the last time? I mean, do you watch game film or do you simply reflect during training?
No. I think game film is a very, very important thing because only what you feel on the field, it actually didn't happen when you watch it on film. So I think it's always good to watch it on the film to have a bigger picture of the game and see what you can improve and see. And I think it's also very important not only what you didn't do well, but it's really, really important to see what you did well and keep going, you know, because people only focus on what you did wrong, but I think for the confidence of the player, it's very important to focus on what you did well.
I agree with
wow,
that.
Albert, you sound like a really, really intelligent player. I like that, man. Really good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's very good. I mean, this guy's soccer IQ is through the roof just based on the tape I've seen. But soccer enthusiasts on Reddit were talking about you. They said you turned down a number of offers from teams in the lower level, like Mexican soccer leagues, to get your degree because there were soccer opportunities overseas as well. Is there any truth to this, or is this just trolling by the Reddit users, or a little bit of both?
Well, obviously after the season I had last year, there was some interest of teams, not only from Mexico, but from Europe. I received a couple of good offers that I was considering, but obviously the first reaction is yes, I want to go, I want to be a pro, because I have been working for this for 21 years. But I'm very lucky because my environment, the people surrounding me, I think it gives me some stability. My former coach, my family, my mom, and we talk about it and we say, okay, 22 years old, you have the opportunity to finish a degree, which is going to be really important when my soccer career is over. And I feel I can be a better player after this season than I was last season. So I think I'm going to offer a better player on December 2017 than I could offer 1 year ago. So I think I could receive better opportunities in the past. And obviously for me, MLS is really attractive for me. So I wanted to wait also to see what the MLS, if they have something to offer to me. And then when it's time to make a decision, we will see it and we'll make the best one for me.
That sounds fantastic, and I love how you've weighed your options, Albert. I know last year Ian Harkes won the Herman Award, and Gordon Wild and yourself were both finalists, and I know both of you guys have some unfinished business because I think you guys are both the top two prospects entering the MLS this year, plus you were the runners up for the Herman Trophy. And it goes back to Ryan's point about how you want to be more competitive and stuff with the... After Ryan asked his first question about how you want to do whatever it takes to help your team win, so that's why I didn't feel like asking too much about that, because a lot of it goes back to Ryan's first point. One thing about the College Cup, what did you learn from last year's College Cup that you want to apply on game day this upcoming season?
Well, I think we are a better team than we actually thought. We knew we were good, but we probably didn't know we were that good. And I think at this point, my team is able to everything. I think at this point, we need to win, or we can win every single game we play. And that's going to be the expectations for this year, because we show ourselves that we can compete with anyone in the country. And the expectation this year is go game by game and expect a win every single game.
I have a question for you. This is Tracy from Utopia. My question is, what separates you from other top players in your league?
Excuse me?
What separates you from other players in the NCAA?
What separates me? Well, I think obviously as a striker, my finishing abilities are pretty good at this level. But I don't think this is what makes the difference. I think what makes the difference is the leadership that I can give to my teammates, the example that I try to set every single day in training, the drive, the competitiveness, the willing to do whatever it takes to win, and the soccer IQ probably. I think I'm a pretty complete striker, but I think what makes the difference is what people doesn't see from me. The leadership, what I can bring to the team every single day, not only in the games.
Yeah, that's a good question, Tracy. Ryan, I know you have a few more questions. I only have 2 more questions, and Kerm might want to get a question in as well. So, Ryan, go ahead and ask your remaining questions if you have those, and then we'll get to Kerm.
I guess my one question is to make your case for why you're better than Gordon Wild. Why, if I was a general manager, why would I pick you number 1?
Why will you pick me number 1? Well, I think that everyone wants a player who works hard every single day and is willing to sacrifice for the team. Obviously, I think with other strikers, we have different characteristics, different strengths, different weakness, and this depends on what you're looking in a striker. But at the end of the day, I'm a guy who's going to be a really good teammate, who's going to work really hard, who's going to give everything for the team, and I'm just going to be there to try to help the team. I'm not going to try to be selfish. I'm not going to try to be anything that can bother the projection of the team. So I'm just going to offer, the only thing I can promise is hard work and dedication. I'm not going to promise any goals. I'm not going to promise anything. Hard work and dedication are always going to be there.
Hard work, team
really
first mentality. So hard work, team first mentality, and just continuing to put the team in the best position to win. I love that answer. I know teams are going to love that answer. LAFC, who has the first pick, Mia Hamm, Magic Johnson, the quintessential businessman, as Joey describes him, and Will Ferrell are all co-owners of that team, so they're going to be picking first. I don't know what their scouting department's going to look like yet, but I know they're going to be picking first. That was my final question, but my actual final question is for fun. Your favorite athlete is Rafael Nadal. Why is he your favorite athlete?
Why? Because I feel he's not as talented as other tennis players like Federer or Djokovic or anything, but his competitiveness, his mental strength, he never gives up. I feel without as much talent as other players, he can not only compete but over-compete them. So for me, that's really inspirational, and I try to get to copy those type of athletes that are not as talented, but they make up the ground with other things like mental strength and hard work.
All right, Ryan, Andrew, do you have any questions, Kerm, for Albert Ruiz?
Yeah. I was just with Andrew Kermis with a drug evolution, and I was curious, what is the percent of MLS in Spain and in the rest of Europe? I think there's more people that still good and leagues because they refuse to implement promotion and delegation with USL and the NASL. I was just curious if there another opinion from somebody else outside of the United States. It has the bad to work with the UEFA Champions League and the other leagues in Europe.
Oh, sorry, can you guys repeat the question, please? I couldn't understand. Sorry.
What is the perception of MLS in comparison to other leagues in Europe?
What is the perception of the MLS overseas?
Yes, sir.
Well, obviously the MLS is a league that is growing a lot. We just need to see the last deal they signed with Adidas. I think it's a league that is going to be one of the top leagues in the world sooner than later. So I think it's a really good fit for me because I think I'm a player that is growing a lot, and I think I want to share this growth with a league that it's growing hugely in the last years. So obviously anyone in the world can see how the MLS is improving, not only the marketing side, but the soccer level side, and it's very attractive for people from overseas.
My other question is, I was just curious, and that was about you coming here to the college and finding this but maybe on the answer that one.
Oh, sorry?
I was just saying that Chris had asked the other question I had earlier.
Sorry, I can hear you very well.
I was just saying that Chris had asked you the other question that I had.
Oh, that Chris had asked the other question that you asked.
Was it about the other offers for teams like in lower levels, like Mexican soccer leagues and stuff with Europe? And,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Actually, I do have a question real quick, one last one. So, after your career is all finished, as far as being a player goes, I mean, do you see yourself being maybe a head coach of a team, or even being a coach to like players as they kind of grow throughout the league, and being the guy that really develops players in the league?
Well, that's something my coach always says, because I guess I have good leadership skills, but well, that's something to consider in the future when I retire. But at this point, I think I still have the player mentality, a little bit the the players were a little bit sometimes selfish. We think too much about ourselves, even though we try to have a wider perspective of the team. We all, at the end of the day, we always want the best for us, no? So I feel I'm not ready to take that step now, thankfully, because I really want to become a part of the soccer world by being a player so far. So, I mean, that's something to consider in the future, but right now I think I'm going to stick to being a player, and obviously in the future, we'll see. I will graduate this December, so I will hopefully have my degree when I retire, so those options are for the future, not for now.
Awesome. Okay, very understandable. Great answer.
Yeah, Albert's got a bright future in the league. I think he's going to last at least 10 years in the league, but regardless of how brief or long-term his soccer career is, he's a business major, so I think he'll find opportunities in the coaching world as well as the business world after his soccer career ends. So I'm not surprised by how articulate Albert's been today.
Well, I agree with you 100%.
I just want to say sorry because my accent, I have a pretty strong accent, so it's not easy to understand for everyone. So I just want to say sorry in case someone hasn't understood it. So I apologize.
Albert, you don't need to apologize for anything. You have been fantastic today, and I totally get where you're coming from because I used to be on the autism spectrum when I was younger, so you do not need to apologize for anything, man. You've been fantastic today. Anything you would like to say before you get...
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to you guys to follow the college soccer and give an update about the next prospects and everything, because I know it's kind of cool, to see yourself as one of the top prospects. So we really, really appreciate your work, and I just want to encourage you to keep going and just to know that there's people watching you guys, and just keep working hard.
Yes, Albert, keep working hard.
Thank you very much, guys.
You're very welcome, Albert. Have a wonderful day, man.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
I came away extremely impressed with Albert Ruiz. He aced that interview, knocked it out of the park. I actually want to put him ahead of Gordon Wild in my next MLS mock draft because he was super today.
Chris, I was about to say, man. I mean, I made the comment that I would take Gordon Wild. My vote has definitely changed after that interview. I mean, wow, what great character and competitiveness all in one.
Yeah, you have a lot of great character. I'm sure that you guys have more knowledge than me as far as when it comes to soccer, but he definitely has a lot of great character.
I think he has a chance to be the next Landon Donovan. I was that impressed with his interview. Kerm, what are your thoughts on the Albert Ruiz interview?
It was good.
Yeah, it was a very good interview, and I'm going to be designing an MLS draft game soon, so he'll be one of the top players in that. So thanks for listening to the Albert Ruiz interview on our YouTube channel. We're going to resume on TalkShoe, and we'll have a link to that later. You can subscribe to us at Draft Utopia on YouTube as well.